What's up, Sky Squad? We are back in the building. And first things first, I want to let you guys know that everything in this video is alleged. Okay? Follow me on that. Now, we got some interesting news on Basketball Wives, and we have some interesting news on this Charade and Drew Sidora beef that is becoming rather explosive. They talking about the feds watching. Sheree exposing how Drew got that peach. I mean, we got to get into the thing, okay? So I need y'all to buckle up, grab your coffee or your tea, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and join the texting community by hitting the 202-918-3386 on your cellular device and sending me a text message so I can add you to the community so that I can send you a text message every time a new video drops. Let's get into the tea. So first things first, we got an exclusive coming from the Neighborhood Talk. Again, this is an exclusive coming from the Neighborhood Talk, okay? Now, we are getting the exclusive reveal that Basketball Wives is coming to Orlando. Yes. So, according to Shawnee in an interview that is, again, exclusive to the Neighborhood Talk, and you have to go listen to it to check it out in full. But I'm going to give you a taste of what was said, okay? So, Basketball Wives is testing a new city, which is Orlando. Shawnee does admit that because they're testing Orlando, this does not mean that they are canceling out LA or the regular version of the franchise at this point. And she's hopeful that there will be getting a season 11 for Basketball Wives LA. Now, with this new city, it was asked whether or not there would be an OG coming in to sort of, show the new girls the ropes. And Shawnee did admit that an OG might just be needed to drop on in and show these ladies how this thing goes, how this Basketball Wives TV thing goes. I for one am here for it. Let me know what you guys think about Orlando specifically. Let me know what you guys also think about who should it be that drops on in and shows the girls how it's done, okay? Now, she also went into why they brought in some of the familiar faces for season 10. And she goes on to explain that they had always wanted to bring some of those familiar faces back. For instance, she had always wanted to bring British back, but given that there were so many major storylines happening for the ladies on the show at the time, they just didn't have the space to do so. And she does go on to admit that because of the heaviness of the last season and the panorama as well, they just felt like they needed a fresh start. And I totally agree. They needed to reset the table. And she felt like she knew that each of these ladies who had been on the show prior to knew what to do when they got back onto the scene. Like they know how the show is supposed to move. So she had faith that they would be able to carry on the legacy by re-entering the franchise. And I am totally here for it. If you guys saw my review, you will know that I 100% agree with that sentiment. But again, listen to the interview here and get a gander at Jackie just eating and chuckling and laughing and just being a boss that she is. The thing about Jackie is that Jackie is such a boss that she even knows when to let Shawnee take the interview and run with it, just knowing that her spot is always solidified. And that's what you just got to love about Miss Jackie Christie, okay? Now, we got to move into the Charade and the Drew Sidora of it all because, y'all, this is getting wild. Let me give you just a little taste of how wild it's getting, okay? This is how wild the things are getting in the wild, wild west of Atlanta right now, okay? It's given. It's given like it's never gave, well, in a long time, okay? um, as you guys can see here, Sheree says, if the feds are looking into anything, then it would be your husband's financial activity. What does he do again? Hashtag heard about that too. Now, if this explosive response catches you off guard, okay? Because I had a lot of y'all ask me in the chat, what does he do? And I thought he had come out with a book or something, or I thought he had worked in the IT, but maybe I'm incorrect on that. So somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought he had been said. Maybe he says it in that house husbands speak on it on Candy's page. So check that out and let me know, because I ain't watched that one. Maybe I'll watch it after. I ain't got time today. But we'll see. We'll see if I can watch it sometime this week and maybe figure out what the man does for a living. Because I'm interested, not because I think the feds are after him or nothing like that. I'm just interested because I like to know what people do for their money. And I mean, that's just what that's the real behind it. Okay. I like to know what the folks does for the coin. But where does all this stem from? Why did Charade make this statement? Well, let's take it on back. Back, forth and forth. Oh, yeah. Okay, I ain't no singer, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so in order for us to take it back, we got to go back to the interview that Drew Sidora did with the Dish Nation, where she basically says that Sheree should be worried about holding on to her peach for next season because she just kind of comes and goes, and she hasn't seen SHIT from Sheba Sheree, okay? And so Sheree had the clap back, girl, bah! Not worried about that at all. Don't get too ahead of yourself, newbie. Everybody knows in my Phaedra voice, the only reason you got a second chance was because of the loss of 2 long-term peaches. Hashtag charity peach. Hashtag rotten peach. Hashtag put some respect on my name. Let's break it on down. Okay. Now, I love the Phaedra reference of it all. Everybody knows, basically saying what we had also talked about, that the word on the curb was that Drew was asked back for another season because of the loss of Portia. But now I think what Sheree has done is included Cynthia in that mix, who was also offered a friend of the Housewives role on the show. Wow. Okay. But things go further because Drew claps back. Drew says, girl, bye. Definitely been rated #1 3 weeks straight, and not to mention my screen time has been more than yours. Wink face. So let me decipher what she means by that for those of you guys who may be a little bit not in the know. I'm assuming that what she is talking about when she says been rated #1 is that typically the network will look at how each housewife rates in comparison with one another to sort of judge how the fans are responding to storylines, and they probably also take trending data as well. And of course, she would be trending because of her husband, to be very honest with you. I mean, yeah. I don't know if she's trending because of herself or because of Ralph. I mean, somebody let me know. But anyway, Sheree says you are absolutely correct on the screen time, boo. Be clear. You taped for weeks creating fake storylines before I got there, honey, while I was still negotiating my contract. Hashtag I know my worth. So if you're proud of how you're coming across for pennies, then kudos to you. Oh Lord, that one sent me. Not what not the fake storylines. Charade, don't be telling us that this thing is a farce. Please don't be telling me all this is a farce, because I'm gonna be real mad. I've been committing my anger to Ralph, and it ain't real. Let me know in the chat. What's going on? What's going on? Um, and then she says, so if you're proud of how you coming across for pennies, then kudos to you. Oh Lord, not the pennies on the dollar. Sheree said I was waiting on my coin. And actually Sheree did confirm that she didn't finish her contract. Her contract wasn't finished until literally the day of the filming scene with if you listen to Carlos King's podcast, Sheree confirmed on that podcast that her contract was finalized moments before the scene where she um filmed with Kenya, Candy, and Marlo. The first scene of the first episode, she had just finished getting the word that the contract was done, and she was asked to go film the scene, which is why you see her coming in joggers, no makeup, and basically just showing up looking good without getting all dolled up, because she had just gotten that thing signed. So that's the tea on that. And you see they made that the first scene of the first episode, which goes into the next statement. Sheree says, also says, didn't shoot for weeks, yet made the first scene in the first episode. And then she says, hashtag Ralph has more screen time than you. Oh, not the Ralph has more screen time than you. Hashtag pass your peach to Ralph. Y'all, they are going for the jugulars. The jugulars. Then Drew Sidora says, hold up, girl, don't your peach have PPP on it? Hashtag the feds are coming. Now, what does that mean? Can somebody explain to me? Did Sheree get a PPP loan or something like that? Now, if she did for her business, listen, ain't nothing wrong with it, because people legitimately did get PPP loans during the pandorama, okay? But then some people got the PPP loans and then spent it on miscellaneous things that had nothing to do with their business, okay? And so those are the people from my understanding that I might be running into some problems. And I want to know if that is what Drew Sidora is implicating here, okay? Is that what she's implicating? So that is why Charade barked back with the response. If the feds are looking into anything, then it would be your husband's financial activity. What does he do again? Listen, 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 listen. Okay, listen. This is all of us right now. I had to take it over to the Bravo Shade Room because they put up this video of all of us looking around at each other like, wait, what? PPP on the peach? What are we talking about? The fans watching. This has gotten real deep. So far, we have gotten Charade letting us know that allegedly the only reason that Drew Sidora is there is because Cynthia and Portia are gone and they needed a peach. She called her a charity peach. Then Drew Sidora lets us know that she's been trending #1 with the network for 3 weeks straight. And she's gotten more screen time than Sheree. Sheree said, that's okay, girl. I hadn't even signed my contract, but I made the first episode and your husband getting more screen time than you. And then you got Drew saying the PPP on the peach. And then you got Sheree responding that the feds is watching anybody. They watching Ralph because of what he does with his financial activity. This is all alleged. Y'all, they over there cutting up. Somebody go take the Twitter away from them today. I don't have time today. I got appointments. I have got appointments and things to do. I do not have time for Sheree and Drew today, okay? They are going ham and keeping us entertained until this next episode airs. And I am actually looking very forward to Atlanta coming on Sunday. I'm looking forward to Basketball Wives back next week. I'm looking forward to Basketball Wives Orlando. Give it all to me, okay? Keep me inside all the time watching the television and doing the commentary because I'm living for all of this entertainment right now. Where was it in January and February when wasn't nothing on the TV? Side note. Anyway, that's all we got for y'all today. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell button. All links will be placed in the bottom in the description of this video. With that being said, I will catch you guys in the next